G'day boys and girls, I'm back, MDL with another level 60 2012, December 2012 guide thing, whatevs. Rather than tell you what I use, because my monk is rubbish and I don't play him at all, I shall tell you what my mate uses, who plays a really good monk, and he plays with my witch doctor, and we run Monster Power 5 together. Quite easy. So, actually, I'm not actually sure what his skills he uses are, so I shall have to find his character and then show you them. Let us find Mr. Ginger. View profile. Where are we? Here we go. Dane. So, he uses Deadly Reach with Keen Eye. Cool. He uses Blinding Flash with Faith to the Light. Serenity with Peaceful Response. Breath of Heaven with Blazing Wrath. Rune modification for Sweeping Wind is Blade Storm. Mantra of Healing with Time and Need. And he uses Transcendence, Seize Initiative, and Guardian's Path. So let's see if we can find what these things do for you. Keen Eye. There you go. Third strike increases your armor for a few seconds, which is always useful. And you can do damage, and if there's a wall in the way, you can hit through a wall. You can hit people if you're stuck behind a doorway. It's actually really useful, this, because you can just hit everything in a line. Get them all in a line, hit them all. It's quite good. So obviously that's why I got this on. What else did he have? He had Mantra of Healing with... What did he have? Time of Need. There you go. So, Time of Need, that jumps on. But he switches it out a lot. He swaps all over between this and Evasion and just doesn't really know what he's doing. Breath of Heaven with Blazing Wrath. Damage your enemies. He also used... Where is it? That one. He also uses Penitent Flame a bit. Penitent. Oh, I don't even know how to say that. But anyway, so he's in the middle of a battle. He's in trouble, so he uses that. They all run away. He's happy. But he got sick of that simply because he didn't, he wanted to heal himself, but he didn't want them all to run away. So he took that off and put this on, which hurts him instead. Well, increases your damage. So a lot of his stuff he has on, I remember now, is because he wants to increase his damage. So that increases armor, that increases damage, blah blah blah. He had the Sweeping Winds with the Blade Storm. Was it Blade Storm? I think it was Blade Storm. Yeah, increase your damage per stack. So, and he has quite a high crit chance too. What else did that douche use? Serenity with one of them, or was it Inner Sanct? No, Serenity. But Transcendence is the same. Seize the Initiative, and one with everything. Seize the Initiative got debuffed, so it went from 100% to 50% of your dex. So he probably changed that out for something, or he said he was. I can't remember. But let's just get into what he uses. I can remember because I have found a lot of stuff for him. And this is for when you play a monk, you're not playing a barbarian, you're not playing witch doctor, you're not playing any of the other classes, you're not going for high DPS. If you're trying to get high DPS as a monk, you're playing the monk wrong. And that's a simple fact. It's just, the monk isn't made to wipe out everyone in one shot. The monk is made to just keep at them. Keep going, keep going. So what you want as a monk? Well, generally die bows, which are the bow staffs, whatever, don't use them. They're good, but they don't balance out to the single-handed weapons. They don't. I don't think we've ever found anything that can come close to Shenlong's once you get a good set. This isn't a good set. This is an average set. I think this one cost me $1 million. This one cost me 100k. So not very good. That one, what's the difference between them? Life on hit. pretty much. So that one gives me 950 life per hit. If I put it on that one, that means 950, 950, 950 per hit. So if I'm hitting 7 in a row, that's 950 for each of those 7. Also, you can get life on hit in your amulets and your rings. I think you can get about 200 in the rings or something, or 300 in the rings and another 300 in the ammy. So all up, you can get quite a bit of life per hit. So that's what you want to go for with a monk. You want a lot of life on hit. You want to get your attack speed up so you can hit faster and get more life back. You want a very, 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 very high defense. So you want lots of resist all, and you want lots of armor. Don't worry about dex. I think this character here has almost as high dex as Dane's character, and this character sucks simply because the armor's not as good. The damage is his damage is up to 40k, which is just through attack speed and crit hit damage and stuff like that. So with the monk, you want to go with lots of armor, lots of survivability. Dane can pretty much, this is Ginger, he can just walk up to a boss and just punch him and he will just die. The boss will just, Dane's sitting there, oh look, my health goes down a bit, well, it was full health again. He just doesn't die. Me, on the other hand, getting my ass handed to me because I have no idea how to play this class. So yeah, so you want a lot of survivability, which I obviously don't have. My resist all is probably rat shit. Let's have a look. What's my resist all? Yeah, so look, fucking useless. 450. You want that to be at least 800 for it to be any good at all. Exploding Palm's a good one nowadays. So Exploding Palm it's just a time down thing. It hits him, it just does damage over time. But the cool thing about Exploding Palm is after you finish, it explodes. If they, you can get different things for it. It does a lot of damage. You can make it so it heals you, whatever. Yeah, my class is shocking. I don't think I've played him since I got him to 60, really. Yeah, look, Paragon. Ever since Paragon levels come out, I haven't played him. So that was a long time ago. But yeah, so high armor, high resist all. First 2 main objectives, along with a life on hit weapon of some variety. The faster the attack speed, the better, because it's life on hit, not damage percentage. So it doesn't matter if you hit for 2 damage, you're still going to get all that life back. So just go for the high attack speed weapons, go for attack speed boosting gear. I think his attack speed's up above 2 or something, so he's just attacking ridiculously fast and he's just getting life back constantly, and it's really, really, really good. He can stay alive for most things. And then it's all about buffing your teammates, so look for a mantra that buffs your friends, see what they need, and then adjust accordingly. So for me, for example, dodge is fine with me, healing's fine with me, I'm fine with either, so he has free reign with that. But I know for barbarians, dodge is probably the way to go, because you're in the battle a lot and you need to dodge a lot of shit. While for one of the wizards, it's probably healing, because you're not going to have much health, so a high heal rate is going to benefit you a lot. But yeah, so don't worry about your dex too much, that just kind of comes along with it a little bit. If you're smart, along with the resist all, look for another main stat, a main resist stat. Try to stay away from fire and what's the other big one everyone goes for? I think it's poison and physical. I think those 3 are what most people go for, and then you chuck one with everything on, which is a passive, which simply takes your highest stat and makes your highest resist all stat and puts everything to that. So rather than going out and getting resist all first up, if you can't afford to get resist all, just get everything with lightning resistance on it, or everything with arcane resistance on it. Put one with everything on, and then that way it's pretty much acting as resist all. But so that's a good way to start off, and then build your way up to the resist all so you can afford it. And if you have both of them, you can have the highest resistance in the game, because you're pretty much, got double what everyone else can have. except for the intel guys, because they just are going to have intel, which is just resist all anyway. So yeah, resist all, very, very useful. Do not underestimate resistance to all, and do not underestimate just basic armor. Basic armor is very good, which I don't have, which is why I am useless. Shenlongs are very good. Look for Mara's Kaleidoscope again. That's a very good amulet because it just has a main stat nice and high, has a lot of resist all on it, has a bit of life as well on there somewhere. So it's a fun one to play with. And don't do what I do and just don't die, don't have shit armor, don't have shit. If you're going to play the monk properly, if that's going to be your main character, you want to get some good survivability going. I'm just mucking around, not really caring if I die. So yeah, and that's basically all I can tell you about this guy. Once you've got everything, because I think most items can only get to about 80 in resist all. So once you're, 75, 80 in nearly all your items in resist all, and once you're, pretty much at the max that you're going to get for the armor, the only thing to work on then is probably going to be your dex. Work your way up with your dex. Just try and get that up, because that's going to boost your damage up. Look for crit hits chance. Look for crit hit damage. Anything you can do just to boost your damage up a little bit. Dane's sitting at 40k. You get to block areas with different classes. There's like you had a zone where you just get blocked, and then you manage to just get past it, and suddenly you're jumping up. Your damage is going up really, really quickly. I think for the monk, you're looking around the 10k, 11k mark. Then you've got a 20k block. Then you've got about a 30k block, and now Dane's at the 40k block. With the witch doctor, personally, I had a 15k, then I had a 25k, then I had a 40k block, and then I jumped from 40k up to 75k pretty quickly. So yeah, just try and make your way past those blocks. If you can't really get your dex any higher and you're a dex using class, look towards crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and attack speed. They're the only things that are going to boost your damage up. Look for weapons with more damage and a lower stat, because once you get your dex up high, having an extra 1 damage on something is going to give it a lot more than having even an extra 10 dex on something. So keep your eye out for that. And look, definitely dual weapons, life on hit, attack speed. It's the way you're going to stay alive. Very, 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 very good. That's all I'm going to show you, because my class is pathetic. I'm ashamed for even this class in playing it. I feel like I'm putting all monks to shame. They should be hating on me. If you're a monk and you see me playing this, feel free to abuse me. And if you know something that I don't know, which you probably will, chuck it in comments below and just let me know how your class differs to the one I've not shown you, because this class is rubbish, but the one I've told you about. What do you prefer? What do you like for your stats? What gear do you prefer? Are you a dual wielder, or are you a single hand? I'm just going to die at the moment, so excuse me. Or not. All good, my friends. Fucking hell. But yeah, monks are fun if you get the right gear. And remember, a monk isn't a very good solo character. They can stay alive, but they can't put out the damage. So find a mate who's playing a wizard or a witch doctor or a demon hunter, and then just you be their protector. You just take all the hits and they will do all the damage for you. And they make, if you have a monk on your team and you're any other class, you're gonna have a good day, because monks are very, very good. They won't pull their weight in the damage department compared to a lot of other classes, but they are going to just stay alive and keep you alive and have their little healing mantra going that just keeps everyone alive. Or they're gonna, just drag those bastards off you, keep the boss distracted. You're gonna be very, very happy with your monk friends. So be nice to your monk friends. Don't tease them for having a low damage, because they're going to survive more than you. Even barbarians, monks can easily out survive a barbarian as long as they've got the right shit on. So, MDL, signing off.